name is Michael Gershkovich. At work, they call me Chef Mike. I'm the chef proprietor of Mike's Bistro in Manhattan. I live with my family in Englewood, New Jersey, and it's a beautiful place. But sometimes, I need to get away. I need a change of scenery to relax and to be inspired. Please join me on my fun weekend on the North Shore of Long Island. These are the items that I picked up at the farmer's market today. I got all different kinds of peaches and donut peaches, and look at this one. Look at this little baby donut peach, and you know what? It's not that soft, but sweet as can be. What a great addition to any salad that I'm gonna make. I'm just gonna start knocking down some of this fruit. These are some local peaches. I'm not doing anything perfectly cut, but I am creating a bit of a slaw with these peaches, naturally, I guess. We're gonna take these smaller peaches as well. They're mini donut peaches. I've never seen them before, but I do love them. This is some basil here. It was much greener when I bought it, but you know how basil is. Basil doesn't like to stay green for too long because it wants to be eaten fresh. Gonna throw that into the bowl. You know, I have a little lime. Gonna roll it. One of them is sour, which is the lime. Another way to contrast sweetness of peach, or any sweetness, is with heat. And when I say heat, I'm talking about a little jalapeno. You know something? I'm gonna make sure to use the edge of my board because I don't want to contaminate my entire board with heat. I picked up some shallots from the market. Why don't we use one of those? Into the bowl. And let's take this Trevisano. We're gonna open that up all the way. We're just gonna put a little salt on them. And we're gonna give them just a little char while we cut other items. We're just gonna rough slice that. Let's put into the bowl. Our first relish will be finalized later. We're gonna re-season that. Let's move on to the next one real quick. Let's make a quick little tomato salad. We're gonna slice up some onion. Red onion has a particularly strong flavor. Nice color, but any onion will be fine. We'll put that into the mix. Let me add some watermelon. Everybody says, watermelon? What's watermelon doing in a relish, in a salad? Well, I'll tell you, a watermelon is nothing but a sweet cucumber. Oh, that'll be fun. That's gonna create a lot of juice. And black pepper. Remember what I said about sweet and spicy? So we have a good amount of black pepper in there. Why don't we go with some cilantro? We're not even gonna cut that up. We're just gonna put that nice and loose. A great relish and a delicious salad. Here's the fish that I picked up at the local fish market, and a lot of it is local fish. I have everything from grouper, which actually is not local, but I love grouper. It's so hard to find nice grouper like this. We have some porgy, we have some black bass fillet, some porgy fillet. We have beautiful red snapper. And then we also have, whoops, you know, I keep all this in paper towels and I'll tell you why in a minute. And I have a whole black bass, which is pan ready, which means, you see, I asked the butcher to take off all the fins and to take out the guts and everything like that. So this is ready to cook. I'm just gonna score it a little. You'll notice the paper towels. The paper towels are very important because they keep the fish nice and dry. And that's very important when you're grilling. So let's get started on grilling and preparing this fish for grilling. Oh yes, I almost forgot. I have these sardines, but I'm gonna save until the end. I'm gonna save until the end. This is my trick. I take a knife, I go straight to the bone. I go all the way through. I go all the way to the bone. I don't worry about the collar, right? I go directly to the bone. I want the bone to cook. I want it to release its flavor, right? There's no such thing as medium rare whole fish. You know, you go right into it. Now, when I season it graciously. I season it graciously, and I season it right before I'm gonna cook it. Remember, it's not easy to penetrate seasoning on a whole fish. Whoops. Be careful, don't do that at home. Okay. I have a little Pam spray to hit the metal. Guess what? It's olive oil in spray form. Let's put that right down. Now let's take a look at some of our fillets. We have some porgy fillets, which are going to cook real quickly. Fillets cook really fast. I mean, how long does it take for temperature to enter the center of this piece of meat? Seconds. I had my butcher take out all the bones from this fish. I start with the skin side down. I hope it doesn't stick. Here's a cool part. See this? This is my flavored oil, right? Why don't we drizzle a little bit on the fish? Let's move on to our sardines, our little itty baby sardines. What could be better than cooking local fresh fish, bought locally, caught locally, with local produce? Sardines cook like lightning. I'm gonna put that on the top. Sardines are not for beginners. Sardines have a huge flavor. They're oily, and some would say stinky, in a good way. As you can see, my fillets are starting to change color over here. They're almost done. How do I know when my whole fish is ready? It's so obvious when this is ready, but it's very hard to tell when a whole fish is ready. Let's turn this over and see what's going on. You know what? That looks pretty good on that side. I'm gonna turn that over. Oh yeah, look at that. Doesn't that look beautiful? But guess what? If you can look at this closely, you'll see that near the bone it's still pink. When it's ready, the juices will just start flowing out of it. Why don't we make one more salad while we're waiting for the fish to complete? You know, I'd say I have about 2-3 minutes before all that fish is done. And I wanted to make one more salad using orange. I happen to love the combination of fennel and oranges, especially with those sardines. It's very Mediterranean. We're just gonna shave that fennel real fine. We want it to be paper thin if possible. A few things. I'm just gonna put all that fennel in to the bowl. I'm gonna take my orange that I peeled, knock out everything but the center. This is gonna be a wonderful relish for the sardines, which I'm sure are ready, and that's why I'm moving so quickly. You know, cooking with speed is like sport, and I just love it. But meanwhile, I'll put a little olive oil on there. Put some fresh oregano. That looks good. I think we're ready to go get our fish, and I'll finish those salads in a moment. Oh yeah, our sardines are absolutely perfect. Let's take a stab at this grouper and see if we can't get it off the grill. Oh, look at you, Mr. Grouper. You just flipped perfectly. This is fantastic. Here's a casual event. These are delicious Turkish olives. I'm just gonna put that right in there. A little oregano in there. And here I have 3 beautiful relishes with 3 different kinds of citrus, because the tomatoes have lemon, as I just added. Well, one thing I can tell you is that these whole fish are starting to give up water. When I see liquid coming from the cuts in the bone, I know the fish is done. That means the bone is cooked. And the bone has to be cooked when you're cooking a whole fish. That's the secret. That's that little thing that tells you when is it ready. Our grouper is nice and meaty. That is really beautiful. We're gonna put that in our ready pan, let that rest. Well, for one, we have our extraordinary Mediterranean sardines. And we're gonna take our relish that we made, we're gonna put it right alongside. Fennel, oranges, olives. You can put a little chili on that if we want. That's our first dish. We have our fillets of black bass and our porgies. Those are very local fish. And with those, we're gonna put our peaches and our radicchio to contrast that. Now remember, there's a good amount of acid in all of these. These are all family style plates. Remember those peaches that we cut up? How interesting is that with the jalapenos? I put my pan in here, and this is gonna be our whole fish large filet presentation. And we'll take that. And here we have our 3 fish plates. We have our tomato and watermelon salad, going with our whole fish and our big grouper that people can just pick at. We have our fillets with our peach, relish with radicchio, and we have our sardines with our fennel and our orange and our olives. And a little bit of chili is probably what I'm gonna put on it later. This is an amazing day. Cooking local fresh food for friends and family in a beautiful setting, on a beautiful summer day, on a day off that we do the exact same thing that we do on our work day. Or when I say we, I mean me. And I hope you too. And I thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful weekend getaway.